Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about the topic oxidation and reduction in the chapter 1, chemical equation and reactions. So, how can we define the term oxidation? We have the basically two concepts about oxidation and reduction. One is the classical concept and another one is the electronic concept. So, first of all we will discuss about the classical concept. In the classical concept, oxidation can be defined as the addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen, and reduction is just the reverse of the oxidation, means it is a removal of oxygen and addition of hydrogen. So basically these are the two terms used in the redox reaction, and now on this basis we can define the redox reaction also. The redox reactions are the reactions involving both oxidation and reduction process occurring simultaneously. So that are known as the redox reactions. For example, if we are taking the iron oxide and carbon monoxide, then it will give rise to iron and the carbon dioxide. So basically here iron, from the iron oxide, oxygen is removed. It means that here reduction is going on. Similarly, in the carbon monoxide, it is converted into the carbon dioxide, means there is a addition of oxygen. So basically it is known as the oxidation from the classical concept of oxidation. Now come to the next example, that is hydrogen sulfide and iron chloride are mixed. It gives rise to sulfur, iron chloride and hydrochloric acid. But here from the iron sulfide it becomes sulfur, means there is a removal of hydrogen. There is a removal of hydrogen, means oxidation is going on. Similarly, from the iron chloride there is a loss of chlorine. So basically this is a reduction. Now we can summarize this classical concept in this chart. Basically in the oxidation there is an addition of oxygen, removal of hydrogen, or we can say that there is an addition of electronegative element, because oxygen is an electronegative element. So we can combine both these terms and we can say that there is an addition of oxygen or any electronegative element. Similarly, hydrogen is an electropositive element. So we can say that there is a removal of a hydrogen or any electropositive element. Now this is all about the oxidation. Now come to the next one, that is reduction. So we can also summarize the different terms of reduction in this chart, and that is reduction means addition of hydrogen or addition of any electropositive element, and second term is there is a removal of hydrogen or any electronegative element. So this is the classical concept of reduction. Now come to the next one concept, that is electronic concept. Electronic concept means that is based on the electrons. So oxidation is the loss of electron. Remember, oxidation is the loss of electron. Loss of electron means there is an increase in the oxidation number. There is an increase in the oxidation number or oxidation state. Now reduction is just the gain of electrons, and gain of electron means there is a decrease in oxidation number or oxidation state. So this is the electronic concept. This is the modern electronic concept of oxidation and reduction. Now come to the summary of this electronic concept. In an oxidation reduction reaction, basically there is a transfer of electrons from one reactant to the another, and we can summarize this in this term, means oxidation is loss of electron. OL is means oxidation is loss of electron. and rig means there is a gain of electron, and in this zinc is losing the electrons, basically this 2 electrons, and here copper is gaining the electron. Now we can test this from this question about the oxidation and reduction. In the first reaction, tin is losing the electron. Tin is losing the electron. So basically oxidation is losing the electron. So here oxidation is going on. Now in the second reaction, iron is gaining the electron. Similarly, in chlorine is also gaining the electron. So in this reaction, here gaining of electron is going on. Gaining of electron means reduction is going on. So in the last two, there is a reduction, and this is the solution. In the first reaction, there is a oxidation, and in the second reaction, there is a reduction. Now, how can we define the term oxidizing and reducing agent? Basically, oxidizing agent are the substance undergoing the decrease in the oxidation by gaining the electron. Basically, in the oxidizing is a substance which oxidize the other and get reduced itself. Similarly, a reducing agent reduces something else and get oxidized. So basically, we can also define these terms in terms of oxidation number and gaining or losing of electron. So in the oxidizing agent, there is a decrease in oxidation number. And why there is a decrease in oxidation number? Because there is a gaining of electron. Similarly, in the reducing agent, there is a increase in oxidation number by losing of electron, by the loss of electron or losing of electron. So we can summarize this also like this. Here in the sodium and the calcium, there is a loss of electron like this, and oxidation is going on. So basically, if there is a oxidation, then these will get reduced. These will get reduced, and similarly, if in the bromine and the iron, they are gain of electron. So here reduction is going on, means they get oxidized. Means we can relate these two terms, oxidation and reduction, with the oxidizing and reducing agent in this manner. Means if there is a oxidation, then they act as a reducing agent, and if there is a reduction, then they will act as a oxidizing agent. Now let's check which reactant is oxidize or reduce. In this reaction or light sensitive sunglasses reaction, UV light initiate the oxidation and reduction reaction basically, and silver and chlorine added give rise to the silver and the chlorine in the presence of UV light. So here we will find which reactant is oxidized and which reactant is reduced. Now this is the solution, and chlorine is oxidized here. Chlorine is oxidized here because it is losing the electron. Now basically it is act as a reducing agent, that's why losing the electron, so it get oxidized. Now similarly, here silver is gaining the electron, and it means that it get reduced. Now come to the whole summary of classical concept and electronic concept. Oxidation means combine with the oxygen or loss of electron, or to lose the electron and increase in oxidation number. So basically these are the 4 points which comes from the classical and the electronic concept. Similarly, reduction is also defined as the loss of oxygen or combine with the hydrogen, and gain of electron or decrease in the oxidation number. Now the last topic of this chapter is Corrosion. Corrosion is a natural process which converts refined metal to a more stable form such as oxides, hydroxides or sulfides. Means basically moisture is the most important condition for the corrosion. Now, corrosion can be controlled by painting, galvanizing, or oiling, or anodizing, basically. And out of this, galvanization is the process or the method of protecting the steel or iron from rusting by coating them with a thin layer of zinc. And if corrosion is going on iron, then it is known as the rusting, and it is a very serious problem because it deteriorates the whole iron material. And corrosion can cause the damages to the car bodies, bridges, iron sailing, ships, etc., or any other object which is made up of metal, specifically those of iron. Now, the last topic is rancidity. Rancidity is basically the deterioration in the fat and fatty foods, and it is all because of the oxidation. And due to this rancidification, an unpleasant smell or taste is going on in the food. Now, how can we prevent this rancidity? If we store the colored glass containers, we store the material in the colored glass containers so that it prevents from the oxidation by the rays of light, or we can done the vacuum packaging so that it can retard the rancidity by excluding the oxygen. Similarly, we can use the antioxidants like vitamin C, vitamin E to protect the material from the rancidity. Now, this is basically the nitrogen gas is filled in the potato chips so that it do not rancid. Now, the last is the basically the quick revision of the type of chemical reaction we have read in this chapter. First one was combination, second one was decomposition, third one displacement, double displacement, and the redox. Basically, in the combination reaction, there is a two smaller molecules combine and one bigger molecule form. Similarly, in the decomposition means decompose. Then one bigger molecule dissociate into the two smaller one, and in the displacement, one more reactive element displaces the less reactive, and in the double displacement, there is also a more reactive element displaces the less reactive element, but in two turns. And the redox reaction is basically the in which the reduction and oxidation going on simultaneously. Now, this is all about the chapter number 1. Thank you.